So, there's this big creature following you. You finally get to the base where your friends are. And what is the creature? A giant alien crab. What? You know, it's just like... You just see it like jump out at you, and it's just like... It's not like the Tormentor, you know, from Dead Space 2. You could see it's made up of different, like, human bodies, that kind of thing. It's literally a giant alien crab. And not only that, it's really difficult to kill. In fact, you can't actually kill it, you know, with guns. You know, sort of like, and it's got these tentacles like waving out, just going, and you have to shoot the yellow bits, which is really difficult. And it's just, it's not scary. What was going through their minds? It's like, that's not scary. So it should just say, and it actually it keeps popping up. That's the thing. So when you're about to kill it, it runs off, and then it comes back again at like a really random moments, and it's just, why? Why is this thing in here? You know, it's like, oh, okay, it's meant to establish that, you know, oh yeah, Tel Volantis was originally an ocean planet, but then it got frozen. So obviously that's one of the local sea life. It's like, yeah, but you could have just told us that. Do we really need a giant alien crab to explain that? You know, it's just so irritating. It's like this fighting this thing. You can't dismember it, anything like that. It's not even. It's the only thing it's going to shoot with the tentacles, and that doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Pretty much, it's like the only way you can kill it is in a level where you have to like shoot these winch things at it and kind of pull it apart, and that takes forever. It's just. This is the first time I've ever actually been properly annoyed with Dead Space with a Dead Space game. The only other time being in the first one with the asteroid defense cannons. It's just, this isn't scary. You know, it's just irritating as hell to play. And and then you begin to realise other things that are wrong with it, like the dodge mechanic. For some reason, the developers seem to feel they need to put a dodge mechanic in the game, despite the fact that it's been established that Isaac Clarke has absolutely no military training whatsoever. He's an engineer. He's not a soldier, he's an engineer. I mean, the only reason he can use guns like the Pulse rifle and the Seeker rifle and those kind of things is because he's had years of practice fighting necromorphs. So, yeah, obviously he's not going to be able to do all these cartwheels and stuff like that, but now apparently he can, you know, that kind of thing. Which is fine, you know, I suppose, if you can implement it well. They don't. It controls like shite. You have to double tap a button, you know, and then it doesn't actually jump that far, so you still get hit, you know, and the cover system is like, they keep boasting about, you know, oh, he automatically gets into cover when gunfire gets heard. No, he doesn't. You have to actually press a button to make him do that. He still doesn't go into cover, he just ducks down like that. It's like, yeah, that's going to help against bullets, you know. Oh, and then you've got these annoying winch levels. You have to, like, there's this scenes where you have to, like, fire a grappling hook up and climb this cliff. And, oh, it's just annoying. It's just, it doesn't control well. It doesn't move very fast. It doesn't, when you give it gives you the option to jump, it doesn't jump at all. When you think you've landed on a ledge, suddenly does this whole, whoa, kind of acting, you know, and falls back onto the thing. It's like, oh, whose idea was that? It's just, don't do that. It's not scary. It's annoying. And it pretty much, those bits actually pretty much sum up like the biggest problem with the game, and that's they're clearly slipping into action. It's no longer horror. It's action. And in the past, I have kind of defended it, saying it's like, well, it started off as survival horror, but then as you see Isaac Clarke slowly developing as a character and getting more used to fighting the necromorphs, you see the franchise and the genre kind of evolving with the character. And that's actually pretty unique. I haven't actually seen any other film or game franchise do that. So, yeah, so I understand why it's moving more and more toward the action genre, because Isaac Clarke's getting better and better at killing the necromorphs. But still, you want to keep some horror elements in there. And when you arrive on the ice planet, Tel Volantis, that doesn't happen. It's literally just all the stuff they did in the spaceships. You had like necromorphs hiding behind corners or coming out of vents. It's nothing like that anymore. It's literally just like a bunch of necromorphs just just come out of a room and just do the stereotypical zombie thing and just running at you and going, rah! You know, it's like, this isn't scary in the slightest, you know, it's like, and it's made worse by the fact that I've made a shotgun, which before was cool, but now it's just like, it's so easy to kill them now because they're just running at you, they're not using strategy like they did before, so it's literally just like, you know, I felt like the Terminator, you know, you might as well just, you could have replaced Isaac Clarke with Arnold Schwarzenegger and it would have had the same effect, you know, it's just, it's not scary, it's not fun, it's just boring and at times downright irritating. And, oh yeah, they brought back, in Dead Space they had these necromorphs where they've had stasis fields implemented into them, which means they can now move at supersonic speed. I don't know why they put them in there in the first game in the first place, because they do all these jerky moves, just sort of go like that, you know. And it's just, and instead of scaring me, it just promoted fits of giggles. It's just like, what? Yeah, glad they didn't put that in Dead Space 2. But then they brought them back in Dead Space 3, and they are... It started off as hilarious, because you see one of them just burst out of the snow and just to go like... I just couldn't stop laughing at that point. But then when loads of them start coming in, it's just like, oh god, can we stop now? I can't take much more of this, you know, it's just... Not a good sign when you're actually getting fed up of fighting zombies. That's never good. And yeah, it's not just the necromorphs, it's the characters as well. I mean, yeah, John Carver's great, you know, and Danik, while one note, is a cool villain. Then you get these other characters as well, like Austin Buckwell. Who is he? Exactly. He basically dies of hypothermia when you land on the planet. So it's like, yeah, I'll remember you. You contributed a lot in this game by doing things like standing in the background. So do you remember him? Do you remember him standing in the background? You know, it's just... Ugh. And then you have another character, Jennifer Santos, is like the main scientist, you know, and she's... I don't know what was with her. I really don't know what was with her. She, because she kept doing this thing. So there's this thing where you find this giant creature called a Nexus, which is basically like the hive mind from the first Dead Space game. And she's basically going, oh, it's exciting, I'm going to get to explore this giant aquatic creature. It's like, you're about to get killed in a zombie apocalypse. No, this is not a field trip. You take this job seriously. And so yeah, there's so many moments like that where she's just like either really, really excited or really kind of scared. She does this thing where so there's one point where she has like this complete breakdown. She goes, oh my god, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. It's like, get a grip. You know, it's just like, I'm not feeling like that. I'm not feeling like that anymore. You know, this isn't scary anymore. This is just boring and downright irritating now. You know, so you don't have a right to act like that. So yeah, wasn't too sad when she died, because she got on my nerves. And then we have, then we get Captain Norton. Yes, let's talk about this wonderful person. Basically, there's this whole forced love triangle thing between Isaac and Ellie. It's like, and Captain Norton. It's like, and yeah, I'm glad that excuse me, I'm glad that Isaac and Ellie did get together, because I kept thinking of Dead Space 2. In fact, that was my one bright shining light all the way through Dead Space 2. So no matter what happens, I'll always have Ellie. I really like Ellie. She's a brilliant character. But they do this really forced love triangle between Isaac, Ellie, and Norton, and it's just, they do the mistake that everybody else does with love triangles, is that they bring in another man, and they forget to give us any positive character traits. So you don't see why Ellie likes Norton. You just see what an unbelievable prick he is. Oh, you know, the only time I've ever seen the love triangle done properly was in The Dark Knight. That's the only time I've ever seen it done. Every other time it just makes me cringe and groan, so... And, oh yeah, he dies. Yeah, you get to kill him. Which is like... And that should have been a big character point. That was actually the first time Isaac has ever killed a living person. It's like, before he's just killed zombies, this is the first time he's actually killed an actual human being. That should be a big moment. That should really shake not just Isaac up, but the player up. And when it does shake Isaac up, when I shot Norton through the head, I was just going, do my victory dance and that kind of thing. It's like, yeah, you shreds, yeah, because he betrays you for the Church of Unitology. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. But and quite frankly, I wasn't surprised. It's just kind of like, I knew he betrays. And so, and I shouldn't be feeling that happy about killing someone. I shouldn't be there going, woohoo, die, you bastard, and just start stomping on his body. It's like, yeah, you're not turning into a necromorph, you bitch. It should not be feeling like that at all. So that was very, very poorly handled. And let's talk about my biggest complaint, which is the plot.